Hello everybody, this is Wild Land Acres again. I decided to stop with the whole login screen thing because it was definitely way too complicated for me to figure out how to log in while speaking. Seems simple, but not when I'm trying to do it. Also, there's the whole like, I don't think anybody could steal my could log in or like hack me because of seeing that, but I just decided to skip the login screen. I hope everybody understands that you log in to get into the game. Um, but after that, there's no point in seeing somebody log in, right? Like it's something that everybody knows. There's no point in me logging in and doing that. So I'll just go there. So we have done our second gen pasture, the third gen pasture. Now it's time for the fourth gen pasture. So we're there. And this one is an interesting one. It's kind of in between the past two pastures. Like we've got two signs once again. We've got 40 mares out of 60, so it's not one that's dying out like the second gen pasture. It's not screaming for room like the third gen pasture. Like this is what I like from my gen pastures. This is pretty nice. If anything, I need to be encouraging things to be less than this because at the end of breeding for a month, my pastures are kind of, or my barns get a little full, but things are good. Once again, we have a 19-year-old stallion. We already have a replacement for him. He is actually a son of Guardian Ghost, the 19-year-old third gen stallion. So I'm very excited about that. Fenrir Ghost has been a really good boy. He's actually descended of one of my very first genetically modified foundation stallions, the oncoming storm. So I'm really glad he's 19 though. So this will be his last crop of foals. So this will be interesting. We also have this guy. He's not named yet. I'm trying to decide whether or not I should be asking people in the comments for names or whether or not we should be replacing him too. Still on the defense about that. I'll probably discuss that more later if I decide to replace him. Here we have mares. Like once again, we have a stallion with ice 1 and we have mares with ice 9. So I'm crossing my fingers for an ice 9-1 cross horse. Let's see what happens. Here's Fall Walker 4. She is, I'm pretty sure, my best fourth gen mare. She's my benchmark mare. Uh, so if I allowed like any blues, because like you see, we do have blue mares. All the blue mares have to be test AGA to Fall Walker, and any fifth gens have to be superior to her because everything's going to be gold papered from here on up, or at least anything that I'm looking to keep as a breeding prospect. I've also had several best in pastures out of her. Like this is my favorite one. She's also a good example of Glusa plume. Like you see, like the silver tail. That's because she has two GP genes. It's a recessive trait, so it needs both. We have a bunch of other mares. If you see like any of these mares without names, please feel free to suggest a name. I'm kind of embarrassed to see how many of them are 17, so they might be aging out soon. But if they survive, like it'd be nice to have a name for them. That's Sunfall. It's like I love the color of her. This is one of the reasons why I prefer having horses with minimal white as opposed to lots of white. Like some of these, like I'm like these would be pretty. Like it's like this would be a wonderful champagne dun, but you can hardly see that the color is there. Unfortunately, Guardian's sun is blue, so if I decide to tighten up my lines and only allow gold to fourth gen, she would be moving out of pasture, but things are good. Oh, here's a 15-year-old that needs a name. Another one. It's like things have been crazy the past year. Some things did not get named, some of them did. Like, here is a daughter of Guardian Wolf, the 19-year-old. Like, these are some of his first daughters here. Here's a gold, really gorgeous, like that glowing dun color. Also has chocolate from Guardian Wolf. Unfortunately, she's 17 too, so she might be aging out too. But Snake Rifts, Poetic Wolf, Wolf of Truth, Sun Wolf. Like, there are a lot of wolf babies here. See, here's a daughter of Fall of the Rifts. He is a stallion that I had. He was one of my best third gens. That's why I have so many with white spots, because he did. But yeah, and here we are. Foals. We click them. Oh, here is our best in pasture. Another one from Fall Walker. Actually, before we move the others, let's test her first. If she passes, like, this is the best foal in my pasture. If she passes testing, then I can go through and test everybody else. If she doesn't pass testing, like, nobody else is better than her in this group, so I might as well geld and spay all of them right now. So let's see. It's kind of sad how much I just want to be like, okay, nobody passes. Okay, Fall Walker's your mom, so I don't need to click her. I need to get a 5th gen benchmark for 5th gen horses, but we have not done that yet. She is superior to Fall Walker, so we will be testing horses this month. So this one, he doesn't have a name. See, Rift, here's Fall at the Rifts, like the 3rd gen that I used to have. He's the reason why I have so many like heavily spotted and Overo carrying horses in 4th gen, which is not my favorite thing, but he was a very good stallion. But at the same time, so many of the horses being descended of him is one of the reasons why I might want to move this guy out of pasture, because he is Overo and many of my mares have Overo, and that can cause lethal foals because you can't, because 2 copies of Overo creates lethal weight. So Walker and Rift, I will call this one Rift Walker. I will keep the B. So we know that she's the best of pasture at that one. So, okay. Now we will move all these guys out of pasture. I was able to figure out what happened, why we didn't have enough space in the barn last time. I did a lot of barn breeding for a couple stallions to get enough studs in a to qualify for a new color leaderboard for it to actually run for prizes, because I had horses available to be able to do that, and we had lots of people with nice horses that like we didn't have that group actually doing anything. So now we have 25 in all of the categories, so things will actually be able to happen in that leaderboard this month. But yeah, I had to move all the foals that I created from that into a show barn because I really wasn't paying attention to anything. I was just breeding to random mares to get the stallions to have 10 foals for the leaderboard. Okay, selected all of those. And so we do the testing. Nice, we have quite a few without ice. We also have quite a few with ice for obvious reasons, but like if it ever gets to the point where it's all ice, I'll be sad. But at the same time, I don't do a good job of preventing that either. So now we're getting into 12 P PT horses, which is a really nice thing. Actually, let's see what Doris says with that. A small smile seems to touch Doris's lips. Can you believe it? I think she likes her horse. Well done. She sends you off with a twinkle in her eye. Do I have anything higher than that in this group? 12. Okay, same thing with 12.4. There we go. Now breeding advice. So about the same ratio as last pasture. Got gelded and spayed. It's like I'll take that. And here we go. We have several A's. We have stars. Like all the A's will automatically get gelded, and the blues, I'm not even considering those. So what we can do here is just automatically take all of these A's because you definitely want stars and golds by 5th gen here. Let's see, blues. And we will do the multiple. So this is like a quarter of the foals from this pasture. We've had half of the foals of this pasture get spayed already. Might as well move these guys to a show barn already. Now we will look at our fillies. Where are the fillies? Oh, here they are. So Rift Walker is already tested. She's good. Now let's check these other ones. This one does not have fantasy genes. She does have chocolate. It's kind of sad that chocolate counts as fantasy gene in the fantasy thing because there's actually horses in Mongolia that have it. That's why it's in the game. But because I want to encourage chocolate in my non-fantasy horses, but they get put into the fantasy breeding clubs anyway. So it's like, okay. But she has chocolate. This is something that comes from Guardian Wolf. It's nice to see that his line will still be going strong. So Fenrir and Wolf. So Fenrir is a famous wolf in Norse mythology. So, and I had a previous foundation horse named Loki's Jest. That's why I have so much Fenrir going on. So Fenrir and Wolf. I like playing Age of Mythology, and one of my not favorite unit to use because I have a hard time managing them properly and they always die, but like one of my favorite ones is Fenrir Wolf Brood. Actually, I should have actually tested this horse first. We might have just named a show pony, which honestly I should be naming more of my show ponies. Yep. AGA Fall Walker 4. I want my 5th gens to be better than 4th gens. She has a fancy name. So yeah. Let me see. So let's try this one. And maybe try testing it first. So this one has ice 9, but not ice, or ice 1, but not ice 9. Okay, does it have Tiger Eye? Yes, it does. So Tiger Eye 1 makes like an orange eye. Tiger Eye 2 makes like a blue eye. You only need 1 copy if you have cream, which this horse does. This is a buckskin ice done Rabicano. Rabicano has a little bit of white spots on the side, but it's kind of covered up by the ice. So let's comparison test her first. As good as. See this one. She is homozygous done. She has tiger eye too, but no cream, so it'll just look normal. She has DP. She has frame, which is something that I need to be concerned about in this line. And this, like, frame mixes with any white mutation gene. Like, this one only has white 20, which is just like a activation gene, and it isn't like a white gene. Like it's not like white 10 where it gives a certain pattern. It just allows patterns to be more extreme, and just with that gene, it creates that much white. Which, white is pretty, but it covers up all the other colors. Let's see. Oh no. I don't know what horse that is. About as good as, so this one is getting spayed anyway. It's like the higher the generations you get, the more of the, and this one is fixed song you will get. Well, this one has Tiger Eye 1 and 2. It's got 2 snow genes, but no Appaloosa, so that's not gonna do anything. It's got Splash, little blue eyes, but Splash makes it blue anyway. Not to be forgotten. Okay, this one is superior. So Forgotten Rifts. 5. There we go, and she's a 12-point horse. This means that she will continue to be trained to do better in shows till she's a little over 12 years old, which allows her to be in the shows with a lot more prizes involved if she wins. Okay, so there we go. Another pasture with 2 fillies, but they're pretty fillies. So we have Rift Walker, which looks like her mother, complete with the GP, so she will like, she'll be a mini Fall Walker. I really hope she has the quality of being one of the best horses in the pasture too, just like her mom. And then we had Forgotten Rifts. So we will put those ones in there in the young barn, and we will grab all the rest of these horses and put them in a show barn. I'm very glad that I'm near the end of sorting foals for this month because I'm running out of places to put them. When you do that, you need to either start getting a new barn, or since that does bog down the server, the idea is try to not breed many more horses than age out at the end of the month. So take those ones over there. Oh, this is our new replacement stud, a 4th gen stud for the guy who's 19. He is done, but he's cream. He is a smoky cream ice done, which means he is black with 2 green jeans plus done, and he has ice 9, which makes it a little darker. He also carries the chocolate jean, which is kind of like the marker of the Consudden Sons line. Like, true, there's a lot of new horses. Like, people can now genetically modify this onto Foundation horses, but since this is a gene which came from the Consudden Sons line, like I really like that I'm keeping this specific line of chocolate. He's got a tiger eye. He has one copy of GP, which is a good thing because if both parents don't at least carry GP, none of the foals can show it. So we can get 5th gens that show it. He's definitely a more unusual horse in my line, but I still think he works. And once again, I've got a stallion with fantasy, but hopefully the goal is to get a stallion without fantasy to replace the other stud with, the other stallion, the one without a name. So yeah, this is 4th generation pastures. Thank you so much and have fun with horses. Please like, comment, subscribe. Please let me know whichever horses you want me to dress up for Halloween. Have a good day.